Hey, welcome back. This is week 2 of my road to recovery. Quick update. 2 weeks ago, I had my surgery on my broken leg. I broke my leg 17 days ago. Still very painful. It would be a long journey, no less than 6 months. This is the time frame for a broken leg to recover. 6 months, sometimes even more. It might be 6, 7, 8 months. Who knows? Maybe close to a year. Um, but yeah, it takes the time it needs. I will take the time it's needed. You can see in the background my setups. These are the skates the skateboards I've been skating in the past few months, and obviously I cannot touch them for another maybe 6, 7, 8 months. But as I said, no rush. Listen to your body, listen to your doctors, and make sure you recover. Anyway, so today's video will be about, will be more like a kind of like a podcast from my couch, and it will be about a magazine that, let's call it vintage. It's a magazine my wife got me about like 3 weeks ago. It's a magazine that I never heard of before, and to me it's something new, even though it's an old magazine. Okay, let's get into the video. I will flip the camera so you won't see my face, but you will see the magazine. I hope this angle is gonna work. As you can see in the background, my injured leg and the magazine right here. So this is a new magazine to me. It's an old magazine, but something new to me. It's a Skateboarder's Journal. Write in a comment if you ever read this magazine, if you ever heard about it, if you knew this magazine. I honestly never heard of it before, but it seems to be a pretty good magazine. I don't think it's still around. This issue is from winter 2013, so 13 years ago. And I guess for it to say winter means that it was a seasonal magazine, so every 3 months. Also, this magazine here, this issue in particular, it's dedicated to Tom Sims, because Tom Sims passed away in 2012. And anybody who skates knows who Tom Sims is. Tom Sims is the owner and inventor of Sims skateboards, one of the first companies that's been around from the beginning of skateboarding, from like late 70s, middle 70s to probably early 90s. I don't know when Sims stopped producing. I don't know if Sims still do actually skateboards. They're not popular anymore as they used to be, but they used to be one of the top brands, one of the biggest companies out there, along with Z-Flex, GNS, and then later on brands like Alva, Power Peralta, and Santa Cruz came out. But GNS, Sims, and Z-Flex were the first skateboard brands, I believe. It's pretty cool. This is Christian Osoy, and the artist is Justin Forbes. There's an entire article about Justin Forbes. Back we have Shane Hidalgo, in loving memory of Shane Hidalgo, style and inspiration from 1988 to 2012. So another skateboarder who passed away in 2012. And this is a commercial, is an ad for Gravity Skateboards, another brand that honestly I didn't know, and seems to be an old school brand. Back in the day, like there used to be some more like like small companies, like old school companies like Madrid, even though Madrid still exists, or like Brand X, which is still around, Waldo Skateboards, some old school brands that were like small companies but popular in those years. So this was Gravity Skateboards. I don't know if they're still making boards. I honestly am not aware of. But they do also popsicle. These are popsicles right here. Yeah. So I'll check them out about Gravity Skateboards more. So let's get into the magazine. All right, so I need to move a little bit. I'm sorry for the bad angle, so I'm trying my best. Unfortunately, I cannot move from my couch. I have to keep my leg elevated. A broken leg is a broken leg. So anyway, let's go ahead. Also, the price, it's $8.95, and I believe it was only United States magazine. Is only United States dollars. So I believe this magazine, this editorial was only in the United States. There's some old Vans ad. I think this is I was gonna say Mark Gonzalez, but that's not Mark Gonzalez. Who is this? Can you guess who that is? I will find out. Write in a comment if you know who this is. Might be Tony Alva, possibly. And this is Steve Caballero when he was playing in Faction. Faction, his punk rock band. And so I always like Vans ads. There's a lot of visual art, and they're always so cool. So again, Vans off the wall since 1966. There you go. So this is the article dedicated to Tom Sims, the inventor of Sims skateboards. And Tom Sims is this guy right here in white shirt, second row. So the one in the middle right here where my finger is, with a white shirt. And the person who wrote the article is this guy right here. And so I read the article. It's actually pretty nice, and it's pretty sad. Tom Sims passed away in 2012, so 14 years ago. He's supposed to be like pretty much the same age of my dad. He was actually a couple of years older than my dad. Bastin Board Company, another skateboard company I've never heard of. Right, so let's go ahead. This is more longboarding, but the guy is flying. Blue Sky Longboards. This is an organic or penny. So it's a penny board. Penny organic. I know that penny boards, the brand is from Australia. Penny, yeah, from Australia. Same thing. Yeah, penny organic. So it must be like an edition of penny boards that were made of organic material. Oh, there you go, Gravity Skateboards. I like the graphic because besides the fact of being basically inspired by the famous beer Budweiser, it also reminds me of Gangrene, the punk rock band from Boston, also skate punk rock. So, and this is Shane Hidalgo, the skater who passed away, and he was skating for Gravity. tribute by Brad Edwards. So that would be an interesting reading as well. And nice photos, good picture, I like that. All right, so this is a Justin Forbes. I wanted to talk about Justin Forbes. His art is pretty cool. I like because it reminds a lot of that iconic California sort of like graffiti style from the 70s. You can find some of these graffitis in Venice, in Hollywood as well, this very same style. And it's an iconic style. It's very like Southern California American style, and he describes the scene of those years in a very authentic way, in my opinion, and it's pretty cool. I really like this style. I'm not sure what the name of the genre of the art movement is called. If it's like pop art, but this is not pop art. Realism? No, I don't think so. So I'll find out actually. But so this is an entire article about Justin Forbes. This is pretty cool. That's Tony Alva. You can see also Alva skateboard. And look, there's somebody with crutches, just like me at the moment. So yeah, so this is the studio. That's so gnarly. Kinda cool. Yeah, very cool. I love this art. Yeah, this is the Dogtown. This style is also very Hispanic sometimes, like Chicano style. Very old school. So, and this is the part I like the most, because there's like this variation of Christian Osoy skating. So this is a Christian Osoy, which is also on art cover. So I guess this is like some also illustration or comic book he worked with as well. That's not sure. It's a Santa Cruz board. Yeah, so I really like this style. And then we have an article about Christian Osoy himself. So everybody knows who Christian Osoy is. He's one of the most important characters in history of skateboarding. I like these old school photos. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold the magazine the best I can. So this is Christian Osoy with his family, Christian Osoy as a kid, Christian Osoy with his dad. Christian Osoy. Also, by the way, this article right here is made by Tony Hawk. So he wrote the entire article with some interviews and news and information he personally had. Tony Hawk and Christian Osoy spent a lot of time together, also because at some point they were in the same team. I think also Christian Osoy was part of the Bones Brigade at some point, even though he never had a Bones Brigade signature board, like Power Peralta basically, but it's been with them for a short amount of time. And he skated for Santa Cruz right after, and then eventually he skated for his own company, which is Osoy. But his first company was Sims Skateboards. Christian Osoy started with we actually started with Z-Flex, then Sims, and Bones Brigade, even though they never produced any Christian Osoy pro model. It was like more amateur with Bones Brigade, and I guess he was getting probably some random team board without his own graphic or his own shape, and then eventually we moved to Santa Cruz and Osoy skateboards. Also, Osoy skateboard is something very unique. So it's the shape, the type of board is something that you need to be into that sort of style, and it's pretty much only old school transition pulls and quarter pipes. So yeah, pretty gnarly. Very cool photos. And then yeah, so this again some longboarding and some other random stuff. But so I think this is Christian Osoy again, right? Isn't it? Yeah, Christian Osoy. And yeah, so yeah, cool magazine, very cool magazine. This is sick. Rad picture. Look, that gap. Huh. Crusty spots. Oh, look. These are some rad old popsicles. There's also Death Wish. So almost Alien Workshop, Mystery, Death Wish, Zero, Blind, Chocolate, Creature, Element, Girl, Plan B, Real. And then all the rest is penny boards and cruisers, some Santa Cruz cruisers, the Slasher, tracks, wheels and stuff, wheels and Caliber truck, never heard of them. They're probably like cruiser stuff or longboarding. So yeah, and that was it. So very nice magazine. Right, so catch you soon for our next video for some more skateboard media. Have a good one.